Welcome to this edition of the Monday Morning Muses. I'm Pastor Doug Bronner. I'm the senior pastor at Holy Cross Lutheran Church in Colorado Springs, Colorado. And for those of you who are new to Monday Morning Muses, I've been doing this for now since about October. Sometimes it's kind of hit and miss as it's been lately. I missed last Monday with the Memorial Day weekend. Had a great weekend. I got a chance to spend some time with my son and daughter-in-law, and with our two grandsons, Nolan and Eli, and went fishing with Joel and Eli in the evening, one on Sunday night, and then Joel on Monday morning. And so, good reason why I didn't produce a Monday Morning Muse last week. It was good to be back with you. It's been kind of a strange year for us here in Colorado Springs. I like to garden. You know, in my job, in working with people, and those of you who work with people will understand what I'm talking about, it's never a finished product. You know, we're always changing, always being transformed, and so forth. But I like to garden because a garden, for me, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And this has been a weird year because of the cold weather we've had. Usually the saying is you don't plant a garden until after Mother's Day here, and I didn't plant my garden until this last weekend. I think I got my tomatoes in on the last day of May, but everything else has gone in here in June. So hopefully we'll have a nice long fall and be able to harvest a crop. But I want to, if you remember and you watched the Monday Morning Muse a couple of weeks ago, I reflected on my time with our son Nathan in Iowa City, and I talked about the evangelist, and I talked about the speaker who was the faculty speaker for his commencement exercise, and how he was an evangelist for the theater, because that's what Nathan graduated with his master's degree in, and it's a master's of theater arts, I believe, emphasis in stage management. But anyway, as I was with him for that time, I also reflected on and mused about this thing we call community. And there seemed to be quite a strong community that he had developed around himself there in Iowa City. Not big, a few really close friends, one in particular, and that was his support. And I watched how they related to each other and how they talked and shared their lives with each other, and there seemed to be a strong bond in community. And reflecting on that, we talk about the Christian church as a community. But what do we really mean by that? As I've said many times on this Monday Morning Muses, I've been a pastor now coming up this month, either this month or in July. I can't remember exactly when I was ordained. I think it might have been in July. But anyway, on 35 years of being a pastor, and for most of those years of being a pastor, it seems like most of the emphasis has been on getting members. You know, it's like kind of like a club. You know, sign on the dotted line and get people to join your organization. And the church isn't unique in this way. There's a lot of different organizations that want membership, that want you to join them, and a lot of that has to do with support. And even in the church, sometimes that happens to be that way. We need your time. We need your talents. We need your treasure. We need, so membership includes those kind of things. And again, that's not unique to the Christian church. But is that community? Is putting my name on a dotted line and saying, this is what I'm committing myself to, does that really constitute community? Maybe it's not. It can be a part of it, maybe. There are aspects of it that can be very important for us as we make a commitment. And when somebody joins a fellowship of Christians, you want that kind of commitment. You want them to be committed to it. And one thing I noticed with that community that surrounds Nathan, it's a very fluid community, right? People come, people go in college. And you're only with each other for so long, so there's a fluidity to it that actually we kind of experience here in Colorado Springs at Holy Cross because of the military influence in our congregation. There's a fluidity there in that community too. But you want some commitment. You want people to to be committed to community, which means really being committed to each other, not to the institution as much. I mean, sometimes it's really hard, isn't it, to separate the institution, any institution, from the people that make up that institution. I mean, institution wouldn't exist if there weren't people that made up that institution. But sometimes the institution becomes bigger than the community itself, and we do everything we can just to continue to perpetuate that institution at the cost sometimes of true community. Anyway, so we want that kind of community in the Christian church, don't we? We want to have that fellowship and that growing together that we need. We're drawn to community. We want community. We need community, and community is meant to be organic, right? Community grows. It's alive. It's has characteristics that, go back to the plants I put in my garden. It kind of has those kind of characteristics. It never remains the same. Either it's growing or it's dying. Is it producing fruit or it's not producing fruit? There's something organic in the community, and that's what God intends for the Christian church to be. It's to be organic, to be truly community with each other, to love each other, to embrace each other. As difficult as that is to do, it's not about membership, but it's about relationship. It's about caring for each other within this group of baptized people that the Holy Spirit has drawn together in this community. And so I thought, as I think about that, I think of 1 Peter chapter 2, verses 4 through 5, where Peter writes, "As you come to him, a living stone, rejected by men, but in the sight of God chosen and precious, you yourselves, like living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house, to be a holy priesthood, to offer spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ." Now, Peter doesn't talk about this in terms of a plant. In fact, he uses kind of stones which are inorganic to describe it, but he adds that qualifier of saying they're living stones, they're changing stones. And the Christian community is constantly changing, living, growing, and actively engaged in the world. And it's so important for us to be a part of community. And the Christian community that we've been called to, whatever community you're a part of, is really important to be engaged with the people that are a part of that community along with you. It's not easy, and some of us approach that community different than others. That's okay, but it's still critically important for us. Anyway, some thoughts on community today. I hope that that you experience that gift of community wherever you are. Here at Holy Cross, we have a huge community gathering beginning a week from today on June. Let's see, what today is 5th, so that would make that the 12th. From June 12th to the 16th is our Vacation Bible School. And it's not too late to sign up. Sign your children up for Vacation Bible School. You can go to our website, holycrosscs.org, if you live in the Colorado Springs community, and sign up your child. It's free, and we would love to have your child as part of our Vacation Bible School. Anyway, good to be back with you. I don't know if next Monday I'll have a Muse or not, as it is Vacation Bible School kickoff day next Monday. So we'll play that by ear. But I will be back. God's blessings on your day.